Mr. Masters, welcome back again to the third day of our satsang on Bhaja Govindam. Thanks to Karnaji, my guru, for letting me having this opportunity to share whatever knowledge she has given to with you all, and thanks to you all also for joining. And I'd like to start this with a small tribute to M.S. Subbulakshmi ji. Her voice, we grew up with listening to her voice of Bhaju Govindam every day. Before of all these smartphones and Alexas and all, we used to have a tape recorder and a cassette. And it is always M.S. Subbulakshmi ji's Vishnu Sahasranamam, and one side it will be Bhaja Govindam. Yeah, I didn't understand one single word also of the song, but then that much attraction to her, lovely voice and the way she sings that, Punarapi Jananam, okay, Jananam, Maranam. Only those two words I used to understand, but we grew up with that. Every day we used to listen to her, and it was a must, you always, there's a routine, you put this cassette in the morning and Vishnu Sahasranamam is listen, and then Bhaja Govindam on the second side, it will be. I used to had a tape, that cassette recorder also for a long time. Whenever it goes, and then we buy a new one. Such a mesmerizing voice of hers, and it naturally gave us a liking towards this. Even for Geeta also, our Gurudev used to say, no need to know the meanings, just like to chant. And as you chant, the children will develop the interest to learn the meaning later on. So same way, I think those days, and if we don't put, the neighbor's house will put, like nobody listens to only one, only for their household. It just sound is throughout the building, or sound is throughout, all the 4 5 houses can hear that. And like that we grew up with Bhaja Govindam. I was remembering today, we used to have that cassette of Vishnu Sasnamam, and I have not listened to her Lalita. Always it is Vishnu and Bhaja Govindam, Vishnu and Bhaja Govindam. So it will go one round fully like that. We grew up with her, thanks to her melodious giving her voice and tune to this lovely scripture, even though we didn't understand a word of what she was singing, but that was so dear to us. That was so enchanting to hear her sing that. So I remembered her. I can't sing like her, but we just chant it. But then I remembered her today when we were starting our class, actually, before meditation. So I thought I'll just let you all know that. And going back to our slokas, I think fifth, sixth we stopped at. I will just recap 5 and 6 for us, and then we will go to today's class, my dear masters. Fifth was Yavat Vitto Parjana Saktaha Tavat Tavan Nija Parivaro Raktaha Pascha Jivati Jarjara Dehe Vartam Kopina Pichati Gehe. That was, I think, the fifth sloka, not going from the first one. As long as the ability to save all your relatives or dependents will be on you, when you come to live with an old and infirm, with the old body, no one cares even to speak a word about you. Actually, how we live life, we think earning well, having a good job, having a house, having lovely relatives around you, having friends around you is a very successful lifestyle we are living, actually. Then there was a during a talk about a comparison of this loka with uh, Dasharatha Maharaj, Dasharatha Maharaj ruled Ayodhya so very well, and so very he's we can't even finish saying he's so good, and he's good, so good in having the chariot. He fights the war for the devas, and imagine Rama chose him as a father. It is not like he had Rama as a child. Rama chose Dasharatha Maharaj as a father and came to his palace, and then is for his avatara reasons. And when he ruled so well, and he's so respected by everybody, adored by everybody, and there is no reason to find anything anybody can't say anything to him. Like that he ruled Ayodhya, and like that very not in only in a famous way, in a very wealthy way. The city was full of wealth, and everybody, all the people loved him. All the people had regards for Rama, Lakshmana, and all the sons of Dashratha. Like that, when he lived, and when he saw like he has to coronate Rama the next day, and then when he goes to tell the news to Kaikeyi, he didn't go even to Kaushalya Devi first, like the as a queen mother, she's the eldest one, but then he goes to Kaushalya Kaikeyi to tell the news. And as we all know the story part of it, Kaikeyi asks him for the two boons, and immediately see that grandeur of Dashratha Maharaj changed completely in a few minutes to a, like crying, falling down, begging her, don't send my son away, like how he lived his throughout his life, and how in the ending time the whole thing just changed for a in a minute as soon as he could hear the bone, and he kept on telling Kaikeyi, whatever you want you tell, why are you sad, why are you crying, like that his words came out. And then as soon as he heard the words of sending Rama 14 years, he says, let Bharata rule, please don't send Rama. And he came shattered to tears, like so how we live life till the end matters. The last day of how until we know the true reason of Atman and everything, we will be shattered like Dasratha Maharaja. I felt, and he just didn't get up from that sorrow at all. That's how his last days he just passed away. Having like great Maharishi, like he had a kula teacher of like Vasishta Muni, and then he had all the sages and saints coming and visiting him. He had Rama, he had Sita Devi as his Bahu, and everything. What else he could ask for as a Maharaj, like from that. And then his last few days were an utter misery. He just collapsed after having to let Rama leave him and go, like when he is in that state, what to tell about us, like we think, okay, we have lovely friendship, we have lovely people around us, it is okay. And then when the old age comes, we just get shattered up, like like nobody is to care, and then there is no reason. That's when our Gurudev says, don't wait for others to give up on you. You give up on others before others have to give up on you. You give up on them. You can reject the worldly activities, retire into a rich world of self contemplation. Like this is more deeper knowledge about yourself. This will keep you more happy. This will give happiness what the wealth and the position and the power didn't give you. So once we realize this is something more, I don't have to dependent on others to be like talking to me, the others to give me a comfort zone. I am in self myself, it's that infinite Brahman in me. So this knowledge, when it comes, like in the young age, let the people go seek, struggle, and then adventure, and then let them serve the people, let them serve the community, let them serve the family, everything. But when the time comes to skip over, it's a time you have to learn to give up some things in life, and then we have to understand the deeper meaning. Okay, there is so much more into me I can dwell upon, not on expecting others. Oh, who will call me today? My child is calling me. My friends are taking care of me. Am I loud enough? You have so much inside you. When when you turn your senses from outside world to inside you, you can give up others before others give up on you. You can reject the world of activities, and eternal happiness you can reach by working on yourself. So that was the fifth sloka meaning we saw. And then going to the sixth one, yavat pavano nivashati dehe tavat पृच्छति कुशलं गेहे गतवते वायु देहापाये bharya बिप्यति tasmin kaye. He says, as you live in your body, everybody is loving you, your wife, your husband, and then your children. As your body leaves, actually even animal bodies are having some value after death. Human body is nothing, having no value after death. It just decays in minutes. You can't even keep them in your house, like it is time. Those days, I don't think even morning till the night they don't even keep. Nowadays, till children come, they keep. Otherwise, they just wait for you, and then you come in a like a vessel as ashes. That we have to realize before, as Karnaji was telling in our satsang, death means it is something we don't even say it out. Like it's abasakunam. Like don't talk about it. So much it is true. Like and then now it is so freely. If we talk and we understand, we don't have any wrong notions about it. So we come back like this is what your grandfather is, this is what ashes, and then that also we leave in the Ganges or anything and do our final rituals like that. So he says it should be okay. It is not that you don't have any you have a space. That is what in this is okay. keep it, you give as much as your body needs to be. Take it as a vehicle, use this vehicle for your higher, travel. So don't give too much to be looked after. Keep it clean, keep it beautiful, feed it, cloth it. Just we serve other vehicles as a make use of the world, serve the body. But always we have to firm and have the understanding this is only an instrument. This is an instrument to be used for higher knowledge. Okay, with this right knowledge, live in the body the healthiest way. Okay, minimum sorrows can be expected. We all see our old picture also. We are not the way we look in our old pictures, and we know how our grandmothers looked, so we are not going to be the way looking at now how we are, like, this much skin also it's going to go, oh, like, wrinkles, how much ever cream or serum or you color your hair black, whatever it is, we are going to go through the aging process. Like, hardly we remember. But then, like, oh, I used to have long hair, I used to have thick hair, now it is all fallen. Like, stop worrying your things about the bodily look of your how you look. And then it's natural process. You will age and things will become like, you will have that skin going like this, and you'll have your hair becoming white or whatever it is. So take less, minimum attention to all those imperishable things, and then the, like, perishable things, and keep your right knowledge and live a healthy life. It is not that you starve or you don't take care of it. You put your like, you do your natural maintenance, but then don't don't give away too much of time spending on that and becoming misery. Some people get so, oh, I become old, oh, I have white hair here, oh, my skin is becoming like this, my wrinkles are shown, what do I do, what cream should I put, what do I, like, like that way you don't go. Otherwise it is not that you don't have to take care of, you have to take care of your body. And then yeah, even one song, there is a hymn in Tamil. Okay, when I heard it, he says even the old vessels, like, those days, that aluminium and that in this one, no, brass, and even if it is dent, they don't throw it. We keep. But our body, you can't even keep it. Old vessels also don't get thrown away. Like, that is a beautiful. Like, somebody has written that hymn, and it is sung by Sana. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. The tune is very nice. And I was listening to it. Then it says even vessels also people don't throw away. They, like, they save it, and then they used to put it to the old, like, to the shop and get a new one. Like that, our body can't even handle your body for a day also without it. Even like, like that. So having all those knowledges, work intelligently. That is what it says in the sixth sloka. And then coming to the seventh one, balats stavat क्रीडा शक्तः तरुणास्तावत् तरुणी शक्तः विद्रस्तावत् चिन्ता शक्तः parame brahmani kopina saktaha. So as one is in the childhood, towards your intention is always playful, and nobody takes you serious also. In your childhood, you are like, you're still a child, you enjoy your play. And then when you come to the youth, it is always attraction towards maybe the other sex, maybe the music, maybe lot of entertainments around you. And then when it is old age, it is always a worried. You're attached, like, your worry starts in the old age. With this chinta means your anxiety, or you're worried about, oh, what will happen to me? How am I not going to fall sick? How, like, old age is full of chinta. Parame Brahmani, where is the time when you get attached to the Supreme Brahman? Kopina Shaktaha. This is what in the seventh sloka he says. As life is indeed short, as we saw, life is indeed very short. And then every time, okay, when you are a small child, you're not expected to know about the Brahman. Like I heard Bhaja Govindam, and not even a word. It is only the music of M.S. Subbulakshmi's voice I could understand. But still, so you're a youth. Your childhood days is not counted at all, and your youth also is going away. Youth is that where, like, you have that like they say, the blood is so much, like, it pushes you into all distraction. And now the enormous distractions around us, don't even ask. Before, at least we had a little less choice of distraction. One movie once in a time we will go out and see. Now the distraction is in your hand only, in your phone, or in your all your this things. So distractions are so much for these younger children these days. So it is like, when you have very short time. When you have the knowledge, we have something else to do, we have something else to reach. So don't get dissolved in these things. And then when you become old, again the anxiety comes. Oh, knees paining, migraine, or I'm not able to walk, I'm not able to do my own things. Where is the time to think about Brahman? Like, when your body is fit itself, you should, somebody was saying also the other day, even the pilgrimages, when your body itself fit itself, go and do the pilgrimage. There are some pilgrimages where you go, there are so much of steps to walk, or like, trekking to do all those things. When you're old, and then don't think after retirement I will do, because your body will not help you go through certain times. Like, same way, as you become old, you get anxiety problems about everything in life. And when you're young, it is a different distraction. So when will you get to know about this Lord God? Okay. In Katha Upanishad, again here Gurudev says, our sense objects are always towards outside. Our sense object, like you have to see, eyes are outside, you get attracted, ears, you listen to everything, or your through your smell. Sense objects are always outside. That's how you have to, have a control of the sense object. Do meditation, close your eyes, and then ears, and then smell, and then have a control of your mouth, everything. And then when you go internally, you are like a sincere seeker, you have to work on yourself internally. That will bring in happiness. Otherwise you will waste your time in this very precious little life we have all got. That is what he says. And then going to the eighth one, my dear masters. Ka- Kate kanta kaste putraha samsaro mattiva vichitraha kasyatvam kahakuta ayataha tatvam chintaya tat taddiha brataha. Who's your wife? Who's your son in this samsara? Supremely wonderful, whom you are, where you come from. Okay. And then what is the truth? When will you learn this? Oh, the seeker of the truth. Brataha is again Brantaha. Like, when will you find out the real reason? Who's your wife? Who's your son? Supremely wonderful indeed is this samsara. And whom are you? From where you have come? Oh, brother, think of that truth is here. Okay. Um, Here he says, as a train journey, we come together like a man and a woman. So we walk together, okay, we live it together, and then we make a beautiful family. But then not it doesn't say don't love your wife, or don't love your spouse, or don't do your work for them. It is not stopping you from all of these things. Before we get married, we are somebody's daughter. After we get married, we become somebody's wife. Then we become a mother. This is a life journey. And then have a breathing space. This is what this mostly, okay, give some space. Okay. Give some time for yourself alone. Not like 24 by 7, my family, my children. From morning, most of the things, what in this Bhaja Govindam, it's very simply he tells, this is our lifestyle is, right? Getting up in the morning, what do we pack for lunch for my son, husband? Then we do your cleaning up job, and then coming back, what for dinner? Most of our time, when it is precious to think of satsang or anything else, we spend with our family responsibilities. It is not that you don't do away. You do your family responsibility, keeping your mind in the Brahman. That is how it is. And then give some space so that we can all breathe. Giving some space is so very important, my dear masters. I also feel before, when they come from office, if there is some trouble, then we sit and then we talk. Now I just leave him alone. So okay, let him watch TV, let him relax, and then he comes out of his whatever distractions is. But why we have to go and take another unwanted tension in our head? So giving space, I have learned it now, the art of giving space, actually. And even with a child also, before it is like, always no, we should do this, take her to dance or put her into music. She should not be sitting simple. She should study this, and then take her to tuitions all the time, 24, like a mad woman. I used to be running behind, running behind. Like, this age, it has to be very careful. We have to, whom is she talking to? What are the boy's name? Or like, everybody is a known parent around us. But then what is something else? Like, you are so madly behind the children. Then also, after going to college, it is let go sometimes, initially it is very difficult. After we left her and came in unknown country, unknown people, we are living and coming initially one day. But then there was a freedom after coming back, and she also had the freedom of away from us. She misses, we miss each other, we love each other, we say, I love you, I love you. She tells me, I love you, I miss you, and all those things. But then the gap which we gave in between, it gave us a more healthy relationship with my child, which I have seen before. Like, that somewhat she also felt we are suppressing her so much. And then that freedom she also had, and we also felt, okay, it is time to let go. We have given the base of everything. Now it's for her to build up. If she falls, gets up, dressed herself, and walk away. And after leaving and coming back, I actually felt. I don't know, it's right. I actually felt free. I actually felt more relaxed. I actually could spend time with satsang and then enjoy my life with the satsang and other our relations. But then still we say, okay, I miss you. When you come home, we will do this for you. And then all those things happens. And then when we go and see her, we are happy together. So it is not escaping from your routine. It is not escaping from your duties. You have to do your duties. We do. But then when we step back inside, even actually, when I tell this to my parents, to tell them, don't get too much attached, they say, no, 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 we can't. You don't say this. We love our granddaughter. We need to know about. I said, no, just step back a little bit. They are too old to anyway convince them. At least, like, for us, it is step back and give a little freedom. Maybe your husband, maybe your child, maybe your relatives, everywhere it works like miracle. Instead of trying to hold on, a little freedom, a little space in between works a lot better than, like, some people are so very, oh, my husband, I have to do this, I have to take care of him and all this, and my child, like that. And then now, though, it's easy when I have this let go attitude for some days, and it works like miracle, and it works better for the other person also. Like, even with my husband, with with my parents, everybody, even I have taken a step back. Every day there's no need to call every day. What will I tell you? I'm okay, what did I eat? It's like, they need help, they need assistance. I do call them, so I make it alternate days. So if it is everything okay, make it, push it to one more day. Oh, you didn't call, it's okay, I'm all fine, you're all fine, it's okay. When you need help, I'll come immediately. When they were not well, I could travel and go and take care of them. So like that, giving a space in your relationship works wonders. And then in this, he says, like, even like, how you travel in the train, you take care of each other. But whoever end comes first, you depart. There is no, like, if you tell this to somebody who has lost, they might say, you're having everything, now you're telling, like, but this is, these lessons will help us when we are in that stage also. That is why we are learning this, right? He says, your station comes first, you get on, my station comes second. But when you're traveling together, you're together. Good heart travelers do. We had companionship, we had lovely, happy times together. But when it is time to let go, we have to let go. So in that way, even like how your child comes out, Gurudev says it is from your how, from the food we eat, you, you get that gene, and then that when you contract, and then we, that is how your son also comes. So there is nothing, what do you belong, whom does your son belong to, whom do you belong to? When you see the base, you're all from the earth, like, you all go back to the earth, like, and then perish. That's all this body is. And then in this, when I was reading Ramana Maharishi's book, he left his house when he was small, 16 or 17. He leaves. He writes a letter. I am leaving. Don't waste your time finding out for me. And then the family is looking for him. And then when they finally get through some sources, he's in Tiruvannamalai. They come. He's become a saint, and all the mother comes and cries to him, "Come back, come back." And then he's always maunam, no. So he doesn't speak much. And then. Mother went through difficult times. Last times, mother came and stayed with Ramana Maharishi, I believe. Mother said, nobody is there. Anyway, this Maharishi, he's my son only, no? He also has the duty to take care of me. Let me come and live with him. And then last days, she was with him. And then she was cooking. And then they didn't like this, other disciples of Maharishi didn't like the mother coming and staying with Ramana Maharishi and all, but they didn't say anything. And then Ramana Maharishi used to try to tell her, like, and then one day he will not talk to her and he will talk to the other people, I believe. The mother will say, why you're not talking to me? Amma, that HML is also like my mother. Like, that is the teaching he wanted to tell her. Like, how nicely he said, she is also like my mother. And then last days of her passing away, and after she passed away or anything, before she passes away, he tells everybody go and have food or something like that. After she passes away, he turned back, like, into a more freer soul. Like, he also felt, okay, as my mother, I should do her the last, like, days of her, let her be in my, in with me. And then he said, okay, now let's go have food. Like that, people were astonished, like, till then he tried, like, he tried his best. That's how we should also treat, I feel. Like, be with them. Attachments and detachment, both together. It has to be like, no, detached attachment, however you say. Then he said, Amma, everybody is mother to me. Everybody is mother to me, not only you. That word, I liked it when I read it in his book. And that's how he treated his family. And his brother also came and cried. Brother comes and cries, you, oh, you're sitting with this loin cloth and on the stone in the cave. What is this life, Ramana? Come back, like that. When they come and cry, and then when they come and try to convince him, he just doesn't say. Mostly, he doesn't talk at all, Ramana Maharishi. Only very few words he will say, and then sometimes he just says, and then they give up, and then they came and lived with him. And this is how the last moment he dealt with his mother's death. No, that was really a, people will say how rude it is or something like that. All of us do the same thing. Actually, I've seen my grandma died, and then after everything, night there is, like, till then we don't cook or do anything in the house. Night everybody starts coming back, and then every routine starts back. We don't starve even a day also. Even at least for the puja, you starve. Everything comes back to normal. Maybe a few days we talk about her, we do that, pratna for her, we do that. But then afterwards, life turns into a normal thing. So if we understand that way, it is great. This is next one is my one of my favorite slokas. Satsangatve nissangatvam, nissangatve nirmohatvam, nirmohatve nischalatatvam, nischalatatve jivan muktihi. Satsangam is a good company. Through good company, nissangatvam, non-attachment arises. Through non-nissangatve, nirmohatvam, when you are having non-attachment arises, freedom from delusion happens. Nirmohatve nischala tattvam. When you have free from delusions, you have nischala means you are not wavering, you are steadfast in your goal. Nischala Tatve Jivan Muktihi. We have seen, like, in Gita, our chapter 2, sloka number 62 or 63, I think. Fall, ladder of fall, our Gurudev says. Here, Shankara gives the ladder to climb up. Okay, ladder of fall, as per Gita, is when a man thinks of the object, attachment arises. When the attachment comes, desire is there. When I see something, okay, when I see a beautiful necklace, if I see that's a beautiful necklace, it's okay, then I get attached to it. Then I feel like I must have it. Desire comes. When the desire, if I don't get it, anger comes. Oh, my husband can't even buy this for me. Anger will come. From anger comes delusion, comes moha. And then delusion, loss of memory. Loss of memory comes the power to discriminate what is right and what is wrong. This is what is the fall of the, like, ladder, downfall. Okay, the ladder of downfall, as per Gita, Krishna says, like, when your desire, it starts with the desire. When you see the object, if you just don't get attached to it, there is no problem. You see the object, you get attached to it, then there is a desire is born. When the desire is not satisfied, anger comes, and then anger, delusion comes, and then after delusion, it is a loss of memory, and then you do have the discriminative power. Then you don't, when you're angry, you don't have the discriminative power. What is right is what is wrong, what we say is correct, what, in anger, we lose control of what we say, how we act, how our body reacts, everything goes haywire. In this, here, on Shankara says, how do you climb out of this? Here also, satsangam, how important is to have good friends. We have to be very choosy with our friends. Again, going back to Ramayanam and Kaikeyi's story, Kaikeyi was so very happy when Mantra comes and tells her, like, Rama is going to be sworn in as a next king. She takes away her necklace or whatever she was wearing and gives us a gift to that Mantra. Then Mantra like, oh, my son, it was, she never had any difference between Rama and Bharata. Actually, she was very fond of Rama. She was attached to Rama, and Rama was also attached to Kaikeyi as a mother, all the mothers. So when Mantra came and told her, Kaikeyi was so happy. When then she gets up, oh, is it my Rama is going to be a crown? And then she gives and then she throws, and then Kaikeyi took only 1 hour, 1.5 hours of brainwashing this lady. Like, your son Bharata should come as a king. You are stupid fool. You want Rama to rule. And then she never, so clever this lady was, she never found that she knows she loves Rama. So she said, if you let Rama be the king, then Rama's mother, Kaushalya Devi, will take a superior position than you. So she played upon that part, and then Kaikeyi totally changed within an hour. Before an hour, where she had a happy heart and she was jumping in joy. Oh, this is very nice news you have got me. I am so happy. Take this as a gift. When she was able to give us a gift to this lady, and this lady could brainwash. That is what, like, friendship can do when we have the wrong type of friends around us. Like, even if we are good, if we have values, if we are brought up, uh, being with a people who don't have the same lines of values like us might pull us down. So this Kaikeyi example, always Kaikeyi's whole, like, that has to be the Avatara story. Also, she has to go back. Rama has to go to the, Sita has to be taken by Ravana. That is the way it is built. But just as a story, for an example, if you take, in an hour, she turned away, Mantra turned away. Now is the time for you. And she was the one who remembers the two boons, and she was the one who tells her, ask those two boons. And she is the one who framed the sentence as, ask that Rama should go away and then Bharata should be made as king. Dashratha begs her, let Bharata rule, no problem, don't send Rama. No, these are the two boons you must ask, like that. So being in satsangam is so, so very important, my dear masters, which has changed the way we have been. Actually, every day we have a satsang in the morning. It has become a routine. Every day it is the same. Getting your enlightenment is the same. Jivan mukti, he is, as this jiva, you have to get enlightenment. That is the same. But then in different ways, different masters, maybe Patanjali Yoga Sutra, maybe now she is taking Gita. Everywhere it is the same. Like, you take Ramana Maharishi, you take Bhaja Govindam, everybody, the subject is the same. The way it is told is different. And when you are listening to it again and again, what happens? 1 hour of this knowledge, it keeps working on you, whether you like it or not. Our mind gets distracted from other worldly matters, and this works on us. Like when she told today, actually in our class, it is about Om. Like, how that Pranava mantra works, A-U-M, and then Om, it is told in Mandakya Upanishad, all those things. Same thing in Ramana Maharishi's book, where I read a few days before. Somebody is asking me, give me a mantra diksha, like that. Ramana Maharishi didn't say chant Om or anything. He says, just whatever you're chanting, just look into where it is coming from. Like, look into where it is. Same thing Karnaji told today in the class. Look into how it is, yeah, you can just chant Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya from the throat. It doesn't, from Madi, like, from the down of your stomach, it has to come, that Om has to come. Look, that is what even Ramana Maharshi said. That is what even Patanjali says. That is what even everybody says. But when you're again and again listening to it, when you chant next time, it automatically comes to you. Is it or not? Oh, I am not chanting. Oh, it has to come from from inside of me. And when I am chanting next time, okay, Ramana Maharishi has told, look where it is starting. Look at that place. That is where you put your attention on that place. So this is how, oh, who am I? Who am I? Just how to ask questions. Who am I? How will I know the answer? But reading these people's stories, reading these things, and then we connect with satsang, it just forms us a web. And then it pops up. Every time it pops up, gives you knowledge. And whenever you have confusion, whenever you're falling down, this will lift you up. Satsangatve nissangatvam. This will lift you up through the, like, don't get attached. Don't get this. When you keep on listening again and again, hitting us, hitting us like a hammer. That is what he says, no? Like a hammer, he's hitting us in our head. Then nissangatvam. Nissangatve nirmohatvam. Slowly our delusions will go. We will lose interest in other things. When we are when we have the ruchi of this, when you naturally the other interest will fade away. When we are when you have the higher amritam in our hand, we don't want to go for the lower ones, street selling food like that. This amritam will absorb us. Nischala tattvam will come again. There will more chanchalam in the mind. You will have a clarity in your thought. You will know what is truth. You know this is what it is telling. Bhajagovindam is telling this. This is what Ramana is telling. This is what I have learned from Patanjali Yoga Sutra everywhere. So our Nischala Tattva means you are you will not be wavery. You will have a firm grip on the knowledge. Your grip will be so firm so that you will catch hold on, you can stand on that. And Nischala Tattve Jivan Mukti. When you stand on that firm grip on the knowledge and you work, automatically the knowledge will enter you and it will start working in you. Not only to chanting, not only to meditate, how you meditate, everything, it will work on all. Universe, you take one step, universe will take 10 steps around you. Okay, today is a Om. Okay, again I read here Om, and then today also, everywhere you get connected. Universe will bring in that into you and then put your connection. It'll plug you through everywhere and it'll make you work beyond what else you need. That is what we need. Jivan Mukti. That is a ladder, he says. Satsangam. First is have a good friendship, have a good surrounding with see, that is why those days they all went to the master's house and they lived with the master and they learned. Not like here with the schooling was done like Gurukul, this that concept is satsang. So they learn everything from the master, not only the studies, the way you you have to help, you have to be humble, you have to cook, you have to listen to the guru. So having a guru is very, very important. Having a teacher, having satsang with you is very, very important. Even in Katha Upanishad, Yama Dharmaraja also says, having a proper guru, he says, if you are self-realized person as a guru is so very important. Otherwise, it will be like a blind man helping another blind man. Both the blind man, one is blind and I'm going and catching the other. We will be going in circles. Like a blind man going behind a blind man. You have to have a master, you have to have a guru, and you have to have a satsang along with to climb this ladder. And then it will get into nisangatam. Attachment will slowly reduce of other things, of the worldly desires. Attachment will slowly come. The teacher will take care of that actually. Nirmohatvam. Then comes freedom from delusion. You will have the clarity. You will have clarity what to think. What is the thought? Karnaji always says, no, what is the thought? What is coming into your mind? Write down in the notebook. What are you thinking? Are you thinking good for others? Are you thinking bad for others? Are you thinking negative about you? Are you thinking positive about you? Like that, that clarity will come from free from delusion. And after you're free from delusion, you're nischalatatum. You are stable. You are stable. You can, you can practice what your knowledge is. You will live stably. So the company of good people is very, very important. Yeah. A company of good, wise person is very, very important. Even for children, I always feel also, once we leave the children, if they have a good company, they just grow without, we don't have to worry about them. Same way, our mind also see things where they are. So we must start with having a satsang, having good company. We are all, I think, doing that. We are, anyway, having satsang every day, and we are meeting you all also regularly and going on with this. This was my one of my favorite stanzas in Bhajagovindam. Satsangatve Nitsangatvam. I like that, like rhyming, like the way she sings, it is so beautiful. Nitsangatve Nirmohatvam. Nirmohatve. He was master. Shankaracharya, really, my goodness, he can bring in magic in every word of his this thing. All his, whatever his work is, and then going to 10th, will we have time? We'll just see the meaning and then we will stop, and then tomorrow we will do the 10th one. Vayasi gatyaha kama vikraha sukshe nire kaha kasaraha shine vitte kaha parivaraha gyate tatve kaha samsaraha. Again he says about when the youthful, as when you are young, when you are in a youthful stage, where is the lust and where is the play? You run after lust and you and when the water is evaporated, where is the lake? When there is no water, there is no lake. It is just a dry pond like that. And when shine vittaha, when your wealth is reduced, where is the parivara? Where is the people around you? Like gyate tattva kaha samsara. This is when when the truth is realized, what is this samsara, you will understand. Actually, so true it is. When your wealth is not there, people don't treat you the same way when you have in a position and when you are wealthy. I have seen many families, my dear masters, like, such a lovely families they are together, but then when there is like, when we have too much wealth also is a problem, they say. When there was a, like, some disagreement between the way the wealth was distributed among the children, they stopped talking to each other. They were so loving to each other, sisters and brothers, then they stopped talking to each other. That much wealth has issue. I was so surprised. I mean, not only one family, many a times I have seen, like, how can Appa do this to him? How can Appa give him more? How can Appa, he gave me less, like that, such smallest of things come into between your love of how you grew up together as a brothers and sisters. You grew up in your life together. How can you miss that with the small things like that? They stop talking, they don't meet, like that, and all it becomes in life, children. So what he says is what he has seen around, or what he thought he will see around in the future for us. So when there is wealth is reduced, where is the some, like, where is the parivaram doesn't come at all. So we will see the meaning of this 10th sloka next week, 10, 11, 12, 13, at least four we'll try to finish. Next week 15 slokas, I need 3 or 4 days, yeah, and then by the time next week after the Eid holidays we will meet again, and then 4 days, and then we will try to finish, I think 31 on the whole. So 10th in detail we will see from next week, next class, yeah. Thank you, masters, thank you for joining, thank you for listening.